Right here.
Alright, so headphones are like running underneath there, that wire there will just like drip them off to the back until Dora joins, and she's gonna go. That's not a problem. Okay, cool. You can like highlight people's comments on the video.
Good to know.
I need to get my phone set up because I don't know what camera going. Set right now on the front cam. I've all the cameras are working right now except for this one, so I just gotta get this one going. It's good. Should already pre-activate. It should already pre-activate. One. Come in. Obs me. Studio loading. Front camera. Please. Deactivating. Oh, the IP address changed, that's why. Whoa, okay, it's an upstairs Wi-Fi. I was like, fuck that. Okay, like, oh, I'm connected to your dumbass Wi-Fi, so that's good. You turn that on. That's 1 out of 10 now, come on. It's changing. Wow, that's really off. Okay. Over here to the right. There's too many fucking notches there. Doesn't want to see them. It's big. Yes, transition.
Oh, so they can see that.
Yeah, they can see that. That's what they can see. Sort of here. read that before we start?
Oh, this guy said, look at you keeping focus alive.
Yeah. I'm looking at my love focus. But...
30 minutes late as usual. Alright, how's everyone doing? What?
I need my glasses. Where are my glasses then? No. So we're going on this big old runways. Up there.
Maybe they can really sneeze.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, I gotta go turn the video off. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm here. Finally, we're sorry. Oh, I need the keyboard now. I need to like. Do that. That's annoying. Oh, and I've got the keyboard. All right.
It's all good and well, fine. No,
You coming?
ain't got nothing to hide.
Don't you?
Oh, no, I pulled them out, didn't I? No.
No,
I
just
want to.
hold them. Poor things.
I know.
Okay.
I'll look here.
I apologize for my coughing. Why the heck is this picking up audio? That's so weird. Okay, well. All right. So we're live finally.
You guys can't see me because of all the stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of Odins up here. I have a problem with buying things, and $100 Odins is not something that I can pass up. So we have, yeah, we're simulcasting. Let me peep through chat really quick and see what is going on. See if there's anybody who's like super. Wow, there's a lot of chat.
Wow. Okay, you guys are some verbose audience here. Yes, I was dying in the back, but I appreciate it. Scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it to add an ABL to the Odin? Like, depends. If you're good at soldering, then not very hard at all. It's like a 2. If you're not good at soldering and you can find the proper crimps and tool and everything, then also like a 2. If you can't do any of that, then it's like an 8. There should be a live event in the group for sure. Look at me keeping FOKOOS alive. Look, man, it's a good brand. I can't lie. Yeah, I actually think this is everything that FOKOOS sells. I have the accessory kit also, but it's kind of like been used at this point. It's been extremely useful, especially with refurbishing these used printers. So if you pick up an accessory kit and like 2 of the Odins, you'll probably have 2 working Odins at the end of the day. I'm not going to talk you out of the Amazon return. I'm going to talk you out of just buying one, though. Buy 2. That's the price of like a single Odin, and you're probably going to have 2 working Odins at the end of the day.
Well, thanks for all of the bless yous.
Yes, her sneeze did not go unnoticed. I think we're like
catching up.
Whoa, okay. Well, that's all right. I'm gonna just go ahead and crack a water. Oh, okay. It says that Dora is here, but I don't think she. Oh, I need Dora. Are you able to add yourself to the stream, or do I have to add you to the stream? Because I have a button to click to add you, but I don't know if that's just like you're not prepared. Left. Wait. That's right. Yeah. So I get left.
All right. I'm believing in you.
Remember that time Mike died on live stream? Yeah. If I just suddenly just like end up off camera, like on the floor, just, I mean, don't call 911. Just like press F in chat. Yeah. Luckily, I'll be able to go and mute the first part of the stream after it's done. Okay. I will go ahead and add her in. Hopefully this is working properly.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
I can definitely hear you for sure.
Okay, that's nice. Okay.
That's perfect.
Sorry, a little bit late here. I'm just helping another guy with FA20.
Yeah, of course, no issues.
Wow.
I mean, no, I was waiting here the whole time. I wasn't late at all in the least bit.
Okay, thank you guys still here with us.
Yes, I appreciate everybody for coming out. We're going to try to make this as quick as possible and not make this like another 30-hour stream like I love doing for some reason. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside because I don't think we need this
Yes.
yet. So, yeah, I have a fleet of 6 Odins. I think basically all but one were Amazon returns. And
Yes.
I think the only one that doesn't work is one of those right now, but I got to investigate it and see what's going on with it. It's probably nothing serious, but it turns on in homes and everything. So probably going to be able to get the 6th one working too without actually having to buy really any parts. With the Amazon returns, most of the time you'll get like a lot of the parts that they ship with. So you'll get like, you know, a couple nozzles, you might get a couple of the ribbon cables as spares, you'll get like probably a spare SD card reader. You know, just a lot of the accessories that people like open the printer and go like, yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing, or they don't know what trimming the bed is, or, you know, maybe the rollers like popped loose or something like that. It was like maybe one of those like shipping deals. But at the end of the day, if you kind of know what you're doing to repair a printer, it's really not that difficult to get these back up and running. So we have a variety of things here. I'm going to go ahead and start clearing the table a little bit.
Yes, and also I just applied a discount for the returns 3D printer for you
Correct.
guys. If you want to have it, and you And let me see. Let me send you the link.
Much
And
appreciated,
each
by the way.
unit of the return 3D printer, $99 each one, right? But today, if you want it and use code MikeKing, you will get a $10 discount.
Much appreciated. I love the fact that you can get them even cheaper. I forgot to mention that there'd be a discount code, so that's actually like a little surprise bonus for everyone here tonight. So you can actually stock up on 2 Odins for less than $200. They're actually free shipping on their website too. So you order directly from FOKOOS.com. If you have a PayPal credit card, it's like having a limitless candy store like credit account. So it's dangerous. Which one are we gonna do? Oh yeah, this one. We'll do this one.
Put the code inside. How can I send the code? I send to Mike.
Yeah.
Let me send to Mike. Here. It's MikeKing code. $89 each unit.
Post the code in the chat.
So just to verify, it should be Mike King. I don't think there's any capitalization for it. If I'm correct, Dora?
When you order it, here there is a place to write down the discount code. This 235, 235, and 250. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's the size. Yeah, 235, 235, 250. I've noticed that a couple people said that they can't get the full 250 out of their printer. If that's the case, then you need to tighten down your bed springs like all the way, and then lower your Z-stop down a little bit. Generally, that's going to buy you that last like 5 to 10 millimeters or so, just because of assembly tolerances.
Okay. What else?
Let's.
What's the link? What's the link?
Oh, yeah. Let me grab the link for the website too.
Yeah, please also share them the link.
Yeah.
And I just printed a skull on this Odin Smart, but it finished.
Let me switch the camera over to full screen on you. Sorry, I'm still working on my setup here. Let me see if I don't know how to main screen you. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Do the 2x2.
Well, the 2x2 is like, it's not zoomed in enough. Yeah, it's the focus site. Sorry, let me copy and paste this link really quick.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Tom. Wow, lots of friends here. Yes, Mike is helping us share the link of the return 3D printer. Click
Square
on
the
the
upgrade. Oh, okay. I got you. Perfect. All right, Dora. So if you want to show off that print for a second, I'm gonna go ahead and get these set.
Not this quick. My phone is outside. Maybe later you can keep going. Then I will show you this Odin Smart with my phone.
Oh, perfect. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, we'll switch back to this. Uncrops. Sorry, I'm trying to like pick a printer. We'll do this one. This is going to be the printer we're going to give away. We're going to modify this guy, give it away. That's going to be the goal here. All right. fastest way to deal with this is just to take it off. So this is going to go away for right now.
Oh wow, still my headphones.
Okay, I'm already purchased one. With this go. Thanks, Marco.
Oh, excuse me.
Thanks for the support.
Oh, sorry.
And then said, "Hey Jerry, did you see you can get an Odin 5S3 returned for $89?" Okay, if you guys want it, you can message me.
And this is a like chat exclusive, by the way, for the live stream. This isn't something that's going to be offered later outside of this. I mean, if you have the code, you're good. But like, I'm not going to go advertise this code afterwards. So just to have everybody special. So we're going to be doing a combination of colors. 1 second. This is actually going to be a good demo of why I love PEI magnetic sheets over glass. You're their best friend. So you're going to have to get these parts off. Throw them at you, of course.
Yep. It's all part of the process.
And look, I know I'm gonna have like 300 people chiming in about like glass and blah blah blah. Like I know I love glass too for certain reasons, but for convenience sake, I definitely like the PEI.
Hi to everyone who's just connecting.
Hi,
Thanks for stopping in.
Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy.
I'm sorry, it's so
You
much
got
easier.
me. I ordered one. Great, thanks.
All right. So, where should we start? Well, do you want to start with the shroud, or do you want to start with like the ABL? Well, we can wire up the lower ABL and install like the motherboard shroud stuff, ducting, or we can start with like the shroud up top. Let me know. I'm gonna go grab some screws and hardware really quick.
Back to the mic waiting game. You guys know how it goes.
Hi, Amanda.
Hey,
Nice
how
to
you
see
doing?
you.
That's nice to see you too.
Yeah, the first time to see you here.
Yeah, I'll hopefully be here a bit more often.
Oh, I see there's a question. And Stephen Lee asked, do you ship overseas? Sorry, not. We just sell it in the local. Thank you, Seth. I'm sure I don't need another one, but I think I would get one anyway.
Oh, they think you're my wife. That's cute.
Oh,
All right.
hi.
All right. So, I'm sorry, I didn't even look. Where do we want to start? I didn't even grab. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Sorry. As usual, I'm late. I'm disorganized, and I talk a lot. So, we're definitely going to get through this one early, guys.
Okay.
So for starters, I definitely recommend picking up a Geeetech 3D Touch version 3.2. If you're in the US, I'll link a seller on eBay where these things are like, I don't even remember how much these are. I think they're like 12 or 14 bucks or something like that for a single. And then if you buy like, I don't know, I think it was like 8+, they become like $9 and some change or something. So they're very, very inexpensive. But the benefit is that they come with a 1 meter cable and I think it's like a 10 centimeter cable. So it comes with both of the cables that you need for the Odin, one of which you're gonna have to cut and solder, which, by the way, I should go ahead and get that set up.
It's okay, I'll set up for him next time. We'll be on time for once.
I'm just gonna tell you guys the stream starts at a certain time, and then I'm gonna set my like internal clock for way the heck before that. left the mouse in front of the chat. It's ruining everything. I don't currently know of like a ready-made folding mount for it, but I can maybe potentially look into it. Somebody's asking if Phillips screws will work, I think, for the BL Touch Shroud and everything. Yeah, I mean, it depends. As long as they're like metric M3, it doesn't really matter too much what the like the head is. I definitely prefer hex for many reasons, though. I guess I could change the camera to the overhead. That might be a little bit helpful. Click buttons on the other side, annoyingly enough. Okay.
Is there a file we can print to hold the Odin while folded?
So I was thinking, it's like there might be something that we can do. It might be something that like might have to use the front screw holes or something. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really like thought of it, but it's definitely something that we can look into. Yeah, the deal will be good tomorrow. The coupon code, I don't know how long it'll last. Dora, I don't know if you know if it has like an expiration time or date.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we can do it until October 15th.
Oh, October 15th. So yeah, you've got quite a bit of time here.
Okay.
Don't put it off for too long, though.
Look, I don't want to say they might sell out, but they might sell out.
Jeff said, get one for his students. Yes, you can get it when you need it. If you want a new one, you can also go to our Amazon. A very great deal there.
So replacement pulley wheels, they're kind of like hit or miss entirely. You know, it's kind of like you might be better off buying whatever cheap bulk ones you can, just because if there's like a couple of them, you could throw them away. You know, it's just kind of have a few that are going to work most likely. But yeah, I don't stick to a specific type. Like generally, if you want to nearly guarantee that you're going to have like at least a average quality wheel, you can buy the official Creality ones. They're going to be a little bit more expensive, but generally the ones that come in the accessory kit from FOKOOS I don't have a problem with them. It's just not the best way to buy wheels is buying a ton of accessory kits. But the accessory kit does come with enough to redo the wheels on the Odin. So. So let's see. Home Depot for metric screws. Yeah, you can go to Home Depot if you're like really desperate. But I would say I'll put these on camera really quick. The brand is IXL, IEXCELL, and they're like 700, 800 something screw kits, and they come with like M6, M8. I'm sorry, not M8. M3, and there's 6mm, 8mm, 10, 12, 16, 20, 25, 30, and I think just about the same on this one here. But I buy the black and the stainless just because different themes. Like this one's going to be marble and copper, so I'm probably going to go with the black screws because it's going to be prettier, you know. And yeah, I've used the wheels from the accessory kit to replace some of the ones that were messed up on the Amazon returns, and yeah, I don't have a single issue with them. All right, let's get back to this. Let's take this spool holder off, I think. So I can rearrange how it is.
Okay. You guys can see it. Oh.
Oh, here, hold on. Let me give you priority here, Dora. All I'm doing is taking some stuff apart. This is pretty generically easy for most people.
Hold on.
Sorry, I'm using like a touchpad. It's the worst possible thing.
Yeah, I want to show you the time lapse video.
Hey, Jimmy's checking in. What's up, bro?
You can see it here. Oh, I thought I need to make it look. Okay, I can see the time lapse video I made with this Odin Smart yesterday. I don't understand. How do you find Amazon returns?
The Amazon returns, there's a link posted in the chat above. I don't know if somebody's able to grab it. My hands are a little full right now.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a link in the chat as well as a coupon code attached to it. The coupon code is KiNG for $10 off for the printer.
Yes. And maybe I can send it again. And what else? Do you have some fire? I can make a time lapse video here with you guys.
Yeah. Are you able to make your time lapse be your entire screen by any chance?
Yes. Do you want to see this again?
I was like, I want to see it. It's too small for me to see. I don't get the cool preview.
What? Which fire? Which model?
It's in the other tab. You can just grab it from there.
This one?
Nope, the yellow tab.
Yes.
Yes, that. Perfect. Link incoming, by the way.
Maybe you can see like this. Oh, hold on. It's
I forgot to resize the nut. Oh no. All right. Well, I might have to reprint this before I ship it out because this is a little too tight of a tolerance right now.
So,
I mean, I can twist to fit. It'll be okay. It's just gonna be really tight. Yes. Thank you for posting the discount code there, Barry. Appreciate that. Yeah, so the Odin Smart, it's actually got the time-lapse feature camera, and I think it's got night mode even, if I'm not mistaken, Dora.
here. I just sent again on YouTube.
Nice.
Yes, then it will be easy for them to find it. Okay, let me back.
Okay, I got this to fit. It just took a lot of perseverance.
Let's see. Oh, you see this is FOKOOS app. I need to This is our new release, FOKOOS new release, Odin Smart 3D printer. And I can use my FOKOOS app to make a time-lapse video and select the file to print. Let me show you how to do it. And this device is already connected on my phone. Just click it and choose a file. Printing. Let me see what to print.
Just picking out the color theme over here for this printer here.
Maybe I print this one again.
And yeah, no worries about what I'm working on. I'm just literally like picking what colors I want to make which parts for this printer. It's nothing. Don't worry.
Okay.
It sounds like I'm doing things, but I'm not. I promise.
And Terry said, "What time is it where you are, Dora?" I'm in China, and in Shenzhen City, Guangdong Province. And now we can start printing. You can see I select here. You need to see. Now you can see the camera here on your phone. And there's other to set. You can adjust the extruder temperature, hot bed temperature, and you can also adjust the printing speed here. Oh, there is still some. I need to. Yeah. It's a little dangerous. Don't do it like me. You can see it. And you can see it's now preheating. Okay. Mike, please don't let me in the screen only. You can also join this screen. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, I shout out to Mike Carfey for literally like being on like start to finish every stream that I ever post.
Okay, awesome. Hi, Barry. Is the app Wi-Fi? Yes, Wi-Fi connected. What's the MSRP? What is MSRP?
That's the retail price.
Retail? Oh, the price. It just finished the Kickstarter campaign, and we will sell it on Amazon and our FOKOOS store at the end of this year.
I forgot I can do that.
Yes. Oh, I see.
Super
MSRP.
fancy.
Thanks. Wi-Fi and time lapse. Yes, on Odin Smart.
Yeah, the Odin 5 is unfortunately. I don't think there's going to be a way to specifically add it without buying a ton of hardware. It's probably worth it just to pick up the Smart. Somebody had asked me if it was worth buying an Odin Smart if you already have an Odin. I think it's worth buying regardless, but is it worth like getting rid of your Odin to buy the Odin Smart? I think that the Odin Smart's definitely an upgrade, but I don't think the Odin's worth getting rid of regardless.
Yes, I think that depends on your request. If you want to make some time-lapse video, it's worth to have an Odin Smart.
Yeah,
and you can
otherwise
see
you go.
now.
Oh, sorry.
The printing speed I set 200 millimeter second. It's fast. I can see it's moving.
All right, I'm
Since it's
eyeballing
not
these screw
fast.
sizes. I'm hoping I get them right. All right, there's a cat by the laptop. If the stream ends, I'm gonna miss you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm just kidding. She shouldn't.
Yes. Oh, Tree B. Josh said he has 6 printers like Mike.
Goodness.
But Mike have 6 Odin 5S3. You sound like him.
Well, hey, keep in mind, I'm getting ready to only have 5 Odins. I'm giving one away.
Oh,
Actually,
yes.
well, we're above 50 streamers, so we're actually going to give away a second Odin. Surprise, surprise.
No problem. And the left one, it will on the way.
Yeah, excellent. So these
Yes.
are it's gonna be. I'm giving away like completely modified printers. I'm gonna include like this is literally the printer I'm gonna be giving away, the one that we're putting on the stream today. So
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna have ABL. It's gonna have my shroud. It's gonna have literally
Wow.
everything.
Wow. Then the winner will be very lucky.
I like to think so.
Yeah, good luck, guys. And how will us to select the winner?
I'm gonna go slice a file at some point and then try to keep it at like a 15-20 minute print, and then we'll do the weight system to see if it'll work that way. I have to say the shipping on the printer is going to be limited to US only. So unfortunately, if you're not in the US, I'm not going to be able to send you the printer just because it's like cost. It would probably be cheaper for me to just buy you a new Odin. It would be very expensive to ship. So
No problem.
so we have. Let me see if I can like put something underneath of this printer and prop it up just a little bit more. I don't necessarily feel like having the hand cam in my hand the whole time I'm doing this, preferably.
Well,
Maybe a little higher up.
someone asked, where can I find the file for the fan shrouds? I'd like to print them for mine.
It's currently on Thingiverse right now.
Yes. Yes, I thought Mike
I don't.
upload one.
I think it's on the FOKOOS model website too. I don't know if it's the latest version or if that was the first shroud that I had made. But yeah, I gotta double check.
Yes.
So I have I've eyeballed the screws here because I don't exactly remember offhand what screws. But I'm going to, the best of my knowledge, tell you what screw size I'm using here. So this is the updated unit. Also, I'd like to keep that noted here. So it's got the 40-20 fans instead of the 40-10s. So it's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to use shorter screws if you have the, or not shorter screws. You're going to have like another part that goes in this that you're not going to use. Sorry, let me see if there's anything on the chat here.
Oh, you see it? I thought we already broke through 50 viewers here.
Yeah, we definitely got
so-
more than 50 viewers, so I think that we're
Yeah.
definitely going to give away the second printer. We're not going to be
Yes.
building a second printer on the stream because I actually do not feel that great, and I don't want to be up until 4 in the morning.
Wow. Wow,
Is that a Robin Nano or something proprietary? That's a Robin Nano version 1.2. The only thing that is proprietary about this version of the board versus the standard is that they didn't socket the drivers, so they're soldered to the board, and it's missing the hardware for the 5th driver, so you wouldn't be able to easily install that. But if your board ever does die outside of your warranty, or you like just taser it because you're bored one day, you can go on AliExpress and just buy a. You can go on AliExpress and just. I'm sorry. You can go on AliExpress or Amazon or wherever, eBay, and you can just buy the Robin Nano 1.2, and it just drops right in. And then you can also set it up for dual Z and all that other good stuff too. So. And yeah, I should definitely have Amanda build it. She knows exactly what she's doing, and the stream's going to be over faster if I have her do it. What are you laughing for? Stop laughing over there.
Amanda. Yeah, look forward to it, Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda she's going to be popping in and out of the stream a little bit. She's just working on some other stuff.
Oh,
But she's going to be my assistant whenever I need her. She'll be at my call here. So.
nice.
So we're going to start with the back fan because it's, I guess, here, and we can do that. I forget, some of these are going to be kind of hard to get to with like the straight hex. Yeah, I'm going to have to use the little Allen key hex key guy. If you have a set of these drivers that are the like ball tip, that'll actually work really, really great. But unfortunately, I don't. Mine are the straight through.
It
Yes.
has Mike's logo all over it.
Yeah, you know what? Amanda and I will autograph the printer. If you guys want to take a vote in chat, like where, that would be fine. Like we can sign the bottom, we can sign on the inside of the bottom panel, so you can't see it unless you take it apart or something. Like, we can do it just straight on the build plate, so you can always see it forever. I'm sorry, not the build plate, the heated plate, not the actual build plate.
Okay. And you can see the Odin Smart just go to the left side, and it's taking a picture.
Yep. So unlike the, I think it's like Octoprint, where you have to set up a ton of stuff. You got to do like some G-code modification. It's been a long time since I looked into it. It might be an easier process now, but it's literally just built into the Odin Smart. No effort whatsoever. All right. So.
Cross the export gallery.
Sorry, I'm like forgetting what screws I'm already grabbing. I think these are the. These should be the 25 millimeter, because you're going to need like 2 millimeters for the little shroud here, and you're going to need like the extra 3 millimeters in the back to go through to thread in. Sign it on the side Z-frame top gantry. Like, you're talking about like the big flat part where the ribbon cable is, or the top bar where it's like smaller flat?
Ask me?
No, I'm asking in chat because they're joking around.
Oh, okay.
I thought they were joking around about signing the printer, but allegedly, I guess I'm signing a printer or two.
Yeah. I don't know how to answer you. Yeah, I didn't add the BL touch on it before, so I don't know how.
Right.
Yeah, Mike is helping us to teach you guys how to add the BL touch.
Yep. We're going to be adding a BL touch. There's a couple ways to do it. This is kind of my way because it's what I feel most comfortable with.
The fan now.
Yep. So this is the the shroud too.
Oh, I thought I printed one before, right? And make it quite quiet.
Yeah, that was the original one. I think that was like my Be Quiet fan shroud versus.
Yes, when we met.
Yes.
Not very long.
Yeah, that was so long ago.
Yes, about 1 year ago, right?
Yeah, I was actually going to say I think I've been with FOKOOS for about a year now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are also many old friends here with us tonight.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, so
I will. I can post a link to the firmware. If you search the group, like just Mike KiNG firmware, there'll be one that pops up. The one that you're going to want to download is version 13. Somebody asked earlier, they couldn't find the firmware and they found like a link earlier. I'm actually migrating my firmware over to something that's a lot more organized. It's still the Google Drive setup for now. I'm going to be moving it over to GitHub at some point, but there's a new link that's a lot more organized. I'll say that.
Okay, that's nice. I will also add it at the announcement.
Excellent.
There's a post, Odin 5F3 guidance. I will also add a link.
Perfect.
There. Yes. That will be easy for there to get it. We need a difference.
Sorry, I'm having like the worst time getting this screw to thread in here. I hate using these little tools.
Oh, Singh asked me, the new Odin Smart have the camera? Yes. Will there be a kit to install it on Odin 5F3? Sorry, maybe not, because they are with different board and other things. It's a giveaway for the Odin 5 or Odin Smart.
It's for Odin 5, not the Spark.
Yes, Odin 5F3, and it will be the one Mike is, how to say it? Oh,
Current. It's the one I'm currently modifying here.
oh yes.
We're going to be giving away another one. It's also going to be copper and marble, but it's going to be the inverse colors. So this one's going to be like marble and copper. The other one's going to be copper and marble, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so crossed fingers, guys. And it will also have Feel Touch. Yeah,
Yep.
that's
It's gonna
very
have
lucky one.
auto bed leveling pre-installed on it, and it's also going to have my latest firmware installed on it too, like ready to go for it.
Wow, I also adore it.
I appreciate it, and I definitely appreciate your continued support of my firmware parts modifications.
Thanks for your time always.
And there's going to be a CR Touch mount for this shroud added very, very soon. It actually, I don't think the CR Touch was even out when I made this shroud. So that'll be added. I have a couple here I'm able to actually,
That's
model on
also
and everything.
nice. Yeah, many users also asked for the CR Touch guidance.
Yeah, so the CR Touch is going to be the exact same as the BL Touch. You're going to have most likely a different connector with the CR Touch because it comes with like an all-in-one type thing versus the BL Touch, which normally has the 2 and 3 connector. But I found out why the screw wasn't going in. It was like not breaking through. So there's a link coming now. It's a shortened link that's like not as like gross, but it takes you to the FOKOOS website. Has the discount code. Click the show thing. There you go. Yeah, perfect.
Yes, they said crossed fingers.
I was like, don't ban me. Don't ban me from my own chat. I didn't do anything.
Ban you. Yeah.
All right, so this is our current situation. We've now installed this ducting here. This just makes this back fan work a tiny bit more. I'm sorry, makes it work a little bit better. Makes it a little, not so much quieter. That's what the old part used to have. It used to have like a little like spacer that would go in here and make the fan a little bit farther away from the back case. I need to update this and kind of give the 4020 a little bit more love. It doesn't matter if you do a BL Touch or a CR Touch, but if you're going to spend the money on a legitimate BL Touch instead of the 3D Touch, I would say just go for the CR Touch because it's like $5 more. So the next thing we're going to do, by the way, I forgot to mention orientations of like fan blowing and everything. So I'm going to kind of touch base when I get this fan off because we're actually going to take this fan and turn it away because it's currently set to blow at the motherboard, which is fantastic. That it's actually blowing directly on the motherboard where the drivers are. Most people, I'm sorry, not most people, but like, Creality will have like a fan over here or something that's just like blowing air around the case rather than just hitting the motherboard directly. So same firmware for the BL Touch, CR Touch, 3D Touch, all that. The only time it makes a difference is if you're trying to install a, what is that stupid thing called? Like the Touch Me probe or whatever. It's so inappropriate. Please, I'm sorry if that's wrong, but
No problem. You can see it.
so my firmware doesn't currently support the Wi-Fi. I'm trying to. I think I finally found it in stock for like $20 on Amazon. I'm gonna try to pick one up and get that kind of going for you guys too, because it's supported by Marlin. It's like this isn't the only board that supports that Wi-Fi. The SKR boards support Wi-Fi too, and a lot of the MKS boards do. So yeah, she's currently printing on the Odin Smart. So that's
Yes, it's one.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're also making a time-lapse video of this printing.
Excellent. So you'll be able to check out that video later. You can see the print she's actually printing now.
Yes. I will just printed like it before, and I can show you the video. Yeah.
Okay, dude.
Yeah.
So the fans, you'll have like two sides of the fan. You'll have a side that you can literally like grab the blades and touch them and move them, and then you have the other side where it has these supports and actually has the motor. Like it's not 100% of the time, but it's like 99.998% of the time, fans will blow towards this motor mount. So if you're holding it in your hand and you can see the motor mount, the fan would be blowing toward you. So if you face it towards the back of the case, it'd be blowing towards this way. If you face this motor towards the front, like it was, it'll blow it towards the motherboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this shroud here, or this ducting rather. It's a duct shroud. I don't know. It's cool. Anyway, so we're going to take this and we're going to be installing this on the fan here. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull the cold air across the drivers and exhaust it out the back of the case. The Odin set up to draw air in across the power supply because it has a passive power supply without any extra fan on it. So it's going to pull air across the power supply, suck it in across the drivers, and then exhaust it towards the back of the case where it's actually going to get sucked up by this exhaust fan and shoot it out. That's why I made this ducting here the way that I did, so it can try to capture a little bit more of that air. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. This is M3 by, again, 20 millimeter or 25. Sorry, let me go grab the 20 millimeter because we don't actually have to go through the fan here. So far you need two 25 millimeter. You need two 20 millimeter. This is like me making a list for myself later so I think I have the sizes on the Thingiverse page. I think. But generally, if you pick up one of these screw kits, oh, and I forgot to mention, they're like, I think they're like 14, 15 bucks or something like that for the screw kit. If you go to like Ace Hardware or Home Depot or something like that, and you look at the pricing on stuff there, it's not going to be that bad, but it's like, it adds up really fast if you're trying to outfit more than one printer or if you need to pick up a couple of different screw sizes.
Oh, hi, Matt.
How do you enter? If you're talking about entering the giveaway, I'm going to be posting a print, or I'm going to be printing with this printer, and I'm hopefully going to be doing it in like, a 20, 30-minute print. It's not going to take very long. And then everybody's going to guess the weight of that print. We're going to do the Price is Right rules. If anybody is familiar with that, basically the closest to the number without going over will win. So if it weighs 12 grams and you say 12.1, you've gone over, and the next lowest weight will win as long as it's under that weight. The shroud, my shroud does have a spot for the ABL. I'm sorry, yes, it has a mount for the ABL, and yes, it is already pre-programmed for my shroud, and I just put the fan in backwards because I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I found the fire.
They're curious as to what is being printed right now, Dora. What are you printing?
I'm printing the track. How to say it in English? Pumpkin skull.
Like, what is you printing? Sorry.
The pumpkin skull for Halloween.
Oh, gotcha. What are you doing to me?
Yeah, skull. Okay. I add some support.
Sorry, I went and grabbed the 25 millimeter screws anyway, just because it gets a little bit more bite and it makes me feel better. So I would grab 4 25 millimeter screws instead of the 20s, just to clarify. And Mike Carfey, you're getting another comment pinned. Oh no, did it die? Don't do this to me.
What was that?
Okay. So I'm gonna pin. Actually, I don't want to depin that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's the same one.
But yeah, I'll post the link to the shroud in the description as well as the Facebook comments. I'll go ahead and I'll update it with the links and everything, and I'll put the link to the Odin and everything on there. But I'm not putting the discount link. Remember, you got to watch the video for that, and you have until October 15th 15th. 15th.
15th.
I can't speak. I'm so sorry. Okay, so remember, we're going to have this set up so the motor side is visible and the blades are on the inside. That way it draws the air across the drivers. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you should be able to kind of coax these wires to fit over the back of the drivers. Maybe you had to cut a zip tie or something, I forget. It's not necessarily needed, but if you flatten down these wires, it'll be okay. Oh no, I put the fan under a wire. This is a tragedy. This is me pretending like I've never worked on a printer before. That's exactly what this stream is. This is totally intentional. Okay.
This one.
Got this fixed. Yeah, you can run Clipper on the Odin. There's a guide. I don't remember who was running it, but there's a couple people that have the up and running on it. I don't remember if you can preserve the LCD on it or not, but that's a question for somebody who runs Clipper, unfortunately.
You can see the scar there on my hand.
May as well buy one. Look, man, it's worth a shot. Look, it's like, you know, you're not going to win the car if you don't try, you know? Not that I'm giving away a car, but I mean, I would definitely download a car and then 3D print it for you, though. Yeah, the screen doesn't work on Clipper. Gotcha. I know that some printers have it working and some don't. I just don't know which it does, and I don't want to be that guy who gets somebody's hopes up. So, oh, I grabbed the long screw then. Oh, I need it, right? Okay. Sorry if I'm delirious from the cold medicine. Okay. So this gets the 2 screws on the bottom. Since you're flipping the fan around, you're actually going to need new screws yet again. So that's another set of M3 by 25 because it does not have the recesses on the other side of the fan for the screws. So an unfortunate circumstance there, but at least they're all the same size so far. So if you do go to Home Depot or Ace or something like that, it'll be very, very easy to pick up the sizes that you're going to need for the bottom. And once we get this guy installed, we're done with the bottom, or the shrouds on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and start the process on the BL Touch or the 3D Touch install, the Touch Probe install. And I wouldn't download a car. Yeah, that's what I was referencing, was those old anti-piracy like TV ads where they would try to like shame you and guilt you to not be a pirate. And I don't think they realized that as millennials, we can't afford things, and we would definitely download like a house, property, like an island to put it all on. Like, yeah, we would definitely do that. We don't care. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Dora, for posting that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of going blind here with you guys. I'm going to try to zoom in once I start the wiring part of this, because this is all just kind of like filling fodder right now, because this just takes forever. Yeah, Barry, I was literally like, oh yeah, you really can't see anything for the wiring. So yeah, but we're on the same step here. We're walking together. Bring it here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, fan's nice and snug. Sorry, I'm rehydrating so I can continue talking. My bad. All right, Rody. I'll if you want to PM me that weight just in case I forget, I'll try to notate it for you. All right, let me get this camera situated here really quick. I'm actually, oh, you know what? I can make a new source from camera, and it's going to be add existing from top cam, sky cam. We're going to do this sky cam 2. Right?
so that's regular. Sorry, trying to get this done. Oh no. Okay, well, that's a tragedy. Apparently you can't name them differently once you've done that. Okay. All right, well, we're going to zoom in. We're going to try to. I'm going to get this moved around. Okay. All right, so that's where we're at now. I think if that looks good, we can proceed. Try to zoom in a little bit more. Try to just get more of the board in the frame here. Forgetting things. Okay. I don't think I brought a blade over here, unfortunately. Okay, we have archaic ways to do this. Or I can have my assistant assist. That works too. And yeah, Terry, of course, you know, that's why we try to have these open source communities where we all help each other. And yes, we definitely need a drone for Skycam views. I don't have any of the pretty drones anymore. I just have like the racing drones that would like destroy your house. Dora, do you mind if I hijack full screen here?
What? High drive.
If I take over the full layout here like this.
Okay, please.
Okay, so we're going high detail here, trying to see what we can. I've actually, or no, I looked. Okay, I'm like forgetting everything. I think if I remember correctly, it was the opposite of that. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to take your 1 meter wire. This is where it's going to differ a little bit from the CR Touch, but it has 2 and a 3 pin, and then on the other side it has the Pico blade connector. The Pico blade connector is what we're going to be cutting off because this is not the whole wire that we're running to the up to the gantry. That's actually already pre-wired. We just need to pre-wire the bottom of it. I didn't realize this, but this fan mount is a little bit wonky there. Okay. Perfect. Oh yeah, so this shroud basically should be centered over top of your drivers so it pulls fresh air over top of all of them. That's its one goal in life. So we're going to take these. I maybe shouldn't have put this shroud on first, but there's a spot here that says BL Touch under the X and the Y driver. I have a hand camera I can use for this, I forget. Sometimes. Doesn't this extend? I swore it did. Maybe it didn't. All right. Well, anyways, let's get the hand cam going. You're fine. I need it. Thank you.
Guys. I'm gonna leave now. I have something to do.
Okay. No worries.
Okay.
Appreciate you stopping
guys.
by. Appreciate you dropping in some information.
Yeah, thanks for here today, and thanks, Mike. And
Yeah,
keep show this. Bye,
Yeah,
guys. Have a
absolutely.
good night, and see you next time, guys.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okie dokie. So it just became really quiet in my headset. It's so lonely now. All right. So we're going to click down here on the comments. All right. So
hand cam. That's where we're at. Let's get this switched over here. I'm gonna do my best to not shaky cam this for you guys. So on the board, whoa, you guys enjoying the ride? I am. All right. Do we have focus? Is that a thing here? Whoa, goodness. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So on the board, let's take off manual focus here. It's giving me an aneurysm. Okay. So on the board, we have this section here. There's 4 pins to the left, these 3, and then there's 4 more pins here. We're going to ignore these 4, and we're going to worry about the ones that say BL Touch. And this is the same for like BL Touch, 3D Touch, CR Touch. It's all the same. Just make sure that ground, 5 volt, and signal are all there. So this is where we're going to take our 3-pin connector out of our, sorry, I'm like not coordinated enough for this right now. So we're going to take our 3-pin connector out of our double after we like force it to focus again. Come on, man. Look. All right, continuous focus. I don't care anymore. You're about to get fired. Okay, thank you. So ground is going to be our brown, 5 volts is red, and LG is definitely fired, 100%. We're going to go manual, and we're just going to figure this out. Okay. So you have ground, 5 volts signal, brown, red, yellow. Depending on which probe you buy, it might change a little bit. So check the diagram on the back. Just check your colors, make sure they're okay. It's really, really hard to damage components that are 5 volts with like this stuff, but I guess it can happen. It has happened before in the past to some people, so just be careful. So we're going to take this. I'm going to just plug it in and show you because I don't think I have the coordination right now to be able to do this on camera. So brown, red, yellow, ground, 5 volt signal. Then the other thing that we're going to have to do is find some flush cutters because we're going to be removing some of this hot glue. Make sure you don't cut any of the wires. It's very important. Just need to come in here. Got it. And then we're going to refocus. Oh, this way? That way, okay. So you have your X, Y, and your Z. Since we're not using the Z end stop anymore, this is the one that we kind of have to clean out. So pull that aside. You see it's got a bunch of glue all over it. So we'll just kind of pick that off if we can. Again, doing this on camera. I'm trying to like view this through the camera for some reason, just like a habit. All right, I'm gonna brute force this because I'm lazy and I trust myself, but you don't have to. But you are removing this switch like entirely, so it doesn't really matter if you butcher its connector a little bit. Just make sure if you start prying up and you notice that the green socket starts coming up, stop, because it's kind of really annoying to put back in. Until you get really good at it, but don't make yourself get really good at it unless you have to. So then the way that I have remembered this on my Odin that I have hooked up with ABL already is you normally will have a white and black wire. Is there no audio for real? Oh, 1 second. Can I get a confirmation on audio if anybody can do that for me? Okay, you can hear me. Let's see. I'm going to increase the gain a little bit. Yeah. That's a little. Oh, goodness. I hate touchpads so much. Okay, stand by. Jeez. Okay, that should be a little bit better. Just for that sake. Okay. So okay, we're back here. Let's get this focused up here. Screen back on so I can see what I'm doing here. Make sure I'm in focus, which I'm not. Okay, so yellow's on the right. We're going to put white on the left for the other side of the connector here. And that goes directly into the Z- socket that we took the other one out of. Whoa, sorry, lost track of the feed again. So yeah, just plugging this into here. You can hot glue this if you want. I'll probably do that later after the stream, come back and do a little bit more cleanup on the wiring and stuff. So this is the wiring for the BL Touch, CR Touch, 3D Touch, etc. You're doing ground, voltage, signal, and then you're doing, I forget what these correlate to, but it's going to be your white wire and your black wire. And that's just so you can compare your wiring with mine to make sure it's the right color. From right to left, it'll be basically the same pattern. So your ground, power, signal, and then the white and black are what's flipped. So white and then black instead of black and white. So we're going to do, switch it back over here to the sky camera that's super zoomed. Okay, so we have these connected. The only thing that we need to do now is we need to do the entire rest of everything. Isn't too bad. This is the motor cover that we have to take off. It's going to be the left side one. This is the one where the ribbon cables go through. I would say preemptively go ahead and unplug the ribbon cable. It's got a little tab here. I'll try to blend this out of the way so you can see. But it has a little tab on the ribbon cable. Don't just grab the cable and rip it out. Grab this tab and then pull straight on it, and it'll come right out. The giveaway is definitely in US only, unfortunately. Enrique, basically I'm going to be printing out probably, I don't know if it's going to be a benchy, but it's going to be basically like a really small print, figure about like 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 tops. If you can send me a message on Facebook or if you're watching on YouTube, just send me a message. And if you just want to vaguely guess whatever weight you can, I'll try to get you entered in if you win. I'll see what I can do for you, bud. But yeah, I would definitely conserve some phone power if you can, for sure. Take care and be safe, man, for sure.
And just so you guys know, the link that is posted up is just for that discount code on the, you said, returned printers.
Yes.
That is not going to help you enter the contest. You'll have to keep watching and give us a guess on the weight to actually enter. If you have to, for some reason, leave now, feel free to go ahead and leave your guess either in the messages or the comments, and we will get you entered.
Yep. So TLDR, if you don't leave a weight, you're not going to be entered in the contest. That's basically the only way to enter. So if you have to leave early, definitely just drop a random guess, because who knows, but definitely stick around if you can so you can get an idea of like what's printing, how long it's printing, you know. Use your education as a guess. So this is also going to require disconnecting this Z motor. So make sure inside of this housing here, you kind of sort of pinch the wires there and give it a little bit of wiggle. That way you don't damage the connector on the way out. I don't believe it's glued or anything. Yeah, there's no glue or anything involved with that. So it's pretty easy. So this is actually what we need to get to. This is the only thing that I mess with. There's a little bit of corrosion, not corrosion really, but give me 1 second. just like leftover flux, basically. So I'm just going to take a little bit of alcohol on a toothbrush and hit this little connector to get this cleaned up a bit. Cry because I don't have the compressed air. Give me 1 second. Okay, just clean out any of this residuals there. Sorry for all headphone users. All right, so I have a diagram here of where everything gets plugged in. I'll post this as something, I don't know, I'll like make a collage of the wiring, but essentially this is this exact connector here blown up in size. So you don't have to take this whole thing apart. You don't have to do any like work or anything like that. You're going to be either adding pins to the connector on the inside, which is, I consider it the hard way. I haven't even like researched what pins it takes, what kind of like crimp one pins and like that's somebody in the group figured it out. I never got around to asking them what they did, but I prefer soldering anyway. The less sort of like mechanical connections, the better for me, unless they're high amperage loads or, you know, it's necessary. Okay, so we got a soldering iron, we got solder, this stuff, that stuff, all of our stuff. So, for those wondering, I use really cheap soldering irons. I think this one was like 15 bucks on Amazon or something like that. I think there's ones that are $5 that I also use. I got this one just so I can control the temperature a little bit more accurately. So we're going to be using the right 2 pins. I'm sorry. So top row, it's going to be the top 4 pins. Bottom row, it's going to be the first pin. I like to sort of like season my own pins here to make sure they have some good, easy to solder contact going here. Try not to ever do that. A little too much solder. I bridged the connection here. I can try to zoom in on this more so you guys can kind of see this process a little bit more. Just give me 1 second. All right, it's about as big as I can make it, I think, without losing too much quality or getting too shaky. Still just debridging these 2 pins I put together. And yeah, there's two types of people in this world. There's the people who use flux and there's the people who don't. I'll use flux for like SMD and other stuff. Like I'm going to do a silent board upgrade video where you'll see me use a ton of flux. But something like this, my Kester, what is this? This is the 6344. I don't know. It's like really smudged. I forget. It's like the 6344. And yeah, it's a big iron for the job. I have a smaller tipped one, but honestly, I'm like really, really comfortable with the soldering, with this solder tip rather. It's really, really pretty bearable once you kind of get used to it. So before we solder the wires on there, I just wanted to kind of get that prepped. To make this as neat and pretty as possible, we're going to be feeding the cable. Let me pan the camera a little bit here. This touchpad is absolutely awful to use single-handedly. It doesn't help that it seems like this keyboard just randomly disconnects sometimes too. Okay, so we're going to be feeding the ABL wire up and through this harness here. It's going to go with the, not the bed wires, goodness, not those. These ones, the big messy one. The one that comes in from the actual side of the printer. We're going to be feeding these up in here. Sounds good, Mike. Thanks for stopping by for so long. Appreciate it. Always a good time when you stop by. I recommend feeding it through with the connector on. Don't do this like with the individual wires already like stripped and cut and stuff, because that's going to be a nightmare. But I pull this mesh all the way out so it's nice and bundled up on the outside. Feed the ABL connector through the rubber grommet. Get your wires nice and pulled. Get them where ran where you want to. Get it untwisted so it stops like spaghettiing on you. And again, I'll be going through and like zip tying this and making it pretty to whoever wins it. Sorry, I can't do that to him though. Hold on, that's like too ugly. That's uncorrectable once I solder it too, unless I go unplugging it from the board, I guess. All right, so we need this to be only a little bit too long because we want to leave ourselves a little bit of length, but we don't want to have like a giant mess coiled up in here. So I'm going to say trim about maybe a third of the cable off. Hey, what's up, Eric? Thanks for stopping by. This is like halfway through the process you're going to be going through soon, I'm sure. So we just need to break this ribbon cable up into its individual wires. All right. If you have strippers, this is the time to use it. I don't, so I'm going to do this like caveman style. You only need like the top tiniest bit of these wires to be stripped because you're only going from like the tip of the wire to the contact pad. You're not trying to like bridge a bunch of contacts over, and I just clipped it off. All right, I don't want it to be ugly, so I'm going to clip it and restart this process. But this is why you use wire strippers. That's an 18+ stream. Depending on what state you're in, it might, I think, be... Is it 21+ in some states? No, right? Is it 18 everywhere? I forget. I don't know. It's been so long since I've had to pay for the strippers to come out that I just, I just don't know. They're such an old pair. What can I say? And if your strippers took all your $1 bills, then I think you're buying really, really like two cheap strippers. You should probably upgrade to like $4 or $5 strippers. That way they last way longer. No problem. You show up as Facebook user for me, unfortunately, whoever just said the 11.2 grams. So if you could please post.
Mark.
That's Mark?
Yeah, Mark in Portland.
Okay, so Mark, if you could post in the video post or something, just so I don't lose you. Are you like making a list of everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she's keeping track, so. To fix the print time, as in like the time remaining on the LCD. Must have been the Creality stripper. Wow, shots fired. So I'm just off camera here. Sorry, I'm just twisting all of the parts that have come back. I try not to solder over the power supply, I guess. $9.8 grams. All right. Assuming that you're the same guy, Mark. Yeah, basically, it's like I don't know if you can change the expected acceleration, jerk, and blah 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 settings in Cura. But I do know that like side by side, my firmware definitely prints the exact same file faster than the stock firmware does. So it's just because my acceleration speeds are higher than they should. That I'm not not higher than they should be, higher than they were when they were stock. So I'm just going to trim the lengths of these down a little bit so they're not as long, because again, we basically just need to have little stubs of the ends of the wire sticking out for this to work. Pick this guy back up. Oh no, I didn't feed it through the thing first. No, I did the thing that I told you guys not to do. I'm such a professional. All right, so I lied. You actually do have to take the zip tie off and then feed the wire through this way. I'm going to fold this over and feed it through this way. That's my pro tip for the day. If you ever cut and strip and you need to feed it through and you're too late, then just pull it or fold it over and then feed it through that way. All right. So now that wire's run, we're going to go ahead and tuck this back in here. I'm going to look at my upstairs kitty who's come downstairs looking for love. Hello, Memphis. I see you. Let me see if I have a zip tie. Oh, I do have a zip tie on standby. Excellent. Perfect. So bring your ABL wires back to the inside of the connector, back where everything else was. I'm going to pull some slack on it for right now, and then I'm going to pull the wire back through. So we're going to grab our paper so we can reference this. Fold it in half so we can see this side by side here with the connector. This is going to try to wander on me a little bit, so this is going to be a little awkward for me, but I'll try to do my best here for you. Just slide the whole thing over a tiny bit. 8 hours and you get an error 7. I think error 7 was like a over or an under temp condition. So that's probably something to do with your thermistor. Most likely, unfortunately, the print's probably not going to be able to recover. It's probably going to keep throwing that error every time you try to restart the print. If you're familiar with soldering, great. If not, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a tutorial here. There are many, many, many YouTube tutorials that'll be able to teach you this just fine. So you're going to bring your wires over to the top. We're going to do the white wire on the bottom first. This is going to get tacked right into place there. And again, we're trying to use the, sorry, I just need a little bit more solder. We're trying to use the insulation to make sure that they don't ever touch. So I need to clip a little bit more off of this one. Okay. This is much, much easier when you're able to secure the stupid board. Okay. Excellent. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for checking out the stream. Next wire is going to be the black wire that goes directly above the white. I'll try to add my patented steady hand technology here this time. Then it's going to be our red wire. Oof. So hard to do this on camera and try to do it as like a display while holding this with my pinky. And then yellow. And black. Or not black, sorry, brown. Don't put your black wire here. It's brown. This is your ground. Hello, people who have joined us, by the way. I have forgotten to mention that in quite some time. I'm sure we've cycled through a couple people. And wow, I didn't tack this one down all the way. Okay. So with those 5 contacts done, we're actually now completely done with soldering. It's literally just those 5 contact points. So we're going to set our iron aside for now. Or not for now, but for good. I like to take a little bit of tape and hold the wires down just so that it gets a little bit of strain relief. If I can find the end of my tape here. I'm going to be printing probably a benchy. It might be like, it might end up having to be something vase mode because it's already 11:30 and we still have to put the shroud on. So it might be a really fast print. I don't think I've officially said what it's going to be yet, so I don't think that's going to upset anybody officially. Just try to get these wires not all pulling at each other. And just tape this down. Just so they're kind of out of the way. You don't really have to like do much with them. They just kind of not need to be directly up in your business. So then that's the wire that we need to plug back in for the motor. I'm gonna wait to put this. Oh, are you okay? My cat fell asleep on the table and fell so hard asleep that it slid off the table. And she caught herself, so I'm allowed to laugh. But like, that was the funniest thing of all time. Okay, so we'll get back to that in a minute. But okay, so pull this guy aside. Hopefully you can see, but we're plugging back in this Z motor. Then we're going to feed this loom back up to where those wires came from. Might have to pull it back a tiny bit because it looks like I left myself way too much slack. Okay. That should be good. I'll just zip tie it now. I'm lazy. Okay. Cookie. Pulled too much. Sorry, this is the part where it gets nitpicky because I want it to be pretty. So I gotta take forever to do it. Okay. Pull the wires back in a little bit. Get this clipped on. Oh yeah, I forgot the other zip tie. Make sure you don't forget to zip tie all of your wires through the back bracket here. That's fairly important to do. Otherwise, they can kind of creep loose, which is not great. I mean, it is if you hate printing, I guess, but. A little bit more mesh. Just a little bit. Tiniest bit. Okay. Yeah, man. You know us night owls. I mean, I say that, but it's like, what, 9 on the West Coast? How long is this going? That's a really, really good question. I would assume probably for no more than like the next hour tops. I'll probably I might end the stream early and then just do the weights and announce the tomorrow or the winners tomorrow. But we'll have to see. So if that's the case, then I'll just take everybody's guess, tonight, obviously, and then we'll get that going. Okay, so plug in our Z motor for the 100th time.
We're spamming you with all the love on Facebook.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're getting a ton of little hearts. It's the cutest thing ever.
Oh, yeah. You hear that? You guys are my adorables. Okay. I start with the bottom screw because it's really long and easy. Get the 2 top screws put back in. So anybody having some experiences with version 13 of the firmware? Anything good, anything bad, anything fantastic, anything not great? Just reconnecting this side ribbon here. So this is our extra excess wire. I'm going to leave the Z-stop wire in here for now because, again, I'll just do tidy up stuff when I'm done with the stream. But just tuck this down here so it's all out of the way. Get this out of the way of the fan. All that stuff. And, yeah, it's 11:37 here, too. So I'm suffering just like the rest of you guys for sure. Don't worry. I really do think that the battery on this keyboard is just dying. I keep leaving it on, so I don't blame it. All right. Excellent. Thanks, Vicky. Thanks for the guess. Again, we'll get everybody added to a list here. I'm also going to leave the bottom off of this because, again, it's just kind of wasted time. I think for the shroud install, we might be better with the front camera, and I'll just zoom in from there, I think. Oh, no. I was saying that the people on the West Coast have it easy because it's only like 9 o'clock something there. Like, we're over here crying because it's like midnight and the stream's definitely not going to be over in the next 30 minutes, that's for sure. Rules for the giveaway are I'm going to be printing something. I'm not sure, but it'll be printed within, say, 20 to 30 minutes. You're going to guess the weight of it, and we're going by Price is Right rules. So if you go over, you lose. If you're under and you're the closest, you win. Obviously, if you guess it like right away, then you win. So, or not like you win, but if more than one person guesses it right, you'll have to connect with that person. But we'll see. And by the way, I would like to point out that we are giving away 2 of these printers. So it's not just the top person who gets it closest. It's literally the top 2 people that get it the closest. So it's going to be the number 1 and the number 2 closest. So if 2 people guess it absolutely perfect, then you 2 are going to win. Otherwise, it's going to be the next 2 closest from there. So yeah, this isn't the only printer I'm giving away. I'm going to be building an exact sister. I'll probably post a picture of them side by side on the group. And yeah, so let me get the camera switched over so we're back on the, oh, that's awful, sorry. The front camera here and zoomed in because we need this to be zoomed. Is there a... Okay, there we go. Sorry, just bear with me one more moment here. Just trying to get the zoom in thing to be zoomed in enough. All right, everybody think that that's clear enough for the shroud probably? Just let me know. I'm going to drink a little bit of water here while I get an answer. Okay. I think I want to zoom it in a little bit more because we're focusing basically only on the shroud. Okay. That should be a little bit nicer. All right. So unplug your side ribbon, grab it right in the middle and just tug straight out. It's a 2mm hex to remove the stock shroud. It's going to be 3 screws, 2 on the side behind the ribbon and 1 up top. Just be careful you don't break off your ribbon cable connection on the side. Just be a little weary of that. Sell of our stock hardware aside. So to build the front of the shroud, well, the main part of the shroud, we're going to have the ABL sensor on the front, and we're going to have the cable clamp on the side. So the cable clamp on the side actually gets sandwiched like this when you put it together on, how do we, okay, yeah, like that. So it gets mounted on the side when we mount the shroud to the actual gantry here. The cartridge? Carriage? Carriage. The carriage. Okay. I don't want to talk. So it's been a minute since I've installed this, if I'm being completely honest. So we're going to kind of YOLO this and just take the whole thing apart. So it gets 2 screws for the 4010 part cooler, or maybe it was 3, we'll find out. Yep, 3 fan, or 3 screws for that. So you're going to pull these off. Come on. There it goes. Should be, I think it's too long and a short, or maybe it's too short and a long. No, 2 longs and a short. Okay. So we've removed the stock ducting here. I keep collecting guesses. Yes. If you take a shot every time I guess something, just call 911. Unless you're talking about guesses on the weights, but. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. In that case, then yeah, just don't not keep track. But yeah, we're also keeping track too. But if you want to send your list just so we can compare to make sure. And thanks for checking in, Kyle. Appreciate you stopping by. It's definitely appreciated that you stuck out this long if you got to be up in like 4 hours, but definitely appreciate it. Next step is we're going to be removing the metal plate here that has, or not the metal plate. We're removing the metal plate too, but we have to remove the screws for the board first. Pull the board aside. Disconnect the runout sensor so we can get a little bit more length as well as the motor. This will help allow us to pull this board down a lot. Set that down on the side. Make sure you don't really pull it or twist it too much because you can damage your heater wires and your thermistor wires potentially. You're going to take out the other 2 screws that are behind that board. I'm sorry, I don't really have too much of an angle for that. I could hand camera it though, actually. I always forget that I have this for some reason. It's like my stepchild phone camera angle. It's dead to me. I don't like it. Okay, this is going to be here. Okay, there we go. All right, changing the camera really quick. Sorry. Transition. Okay. All right. So there's 2 screws on the back of this. After you get this board out, this board's held in by a screw in the top right, bottom left. And then top left, bottom right, there's 2 more screws. So you're going to take out these screws. And this whole plate that used to hold the stock shroud or the stock cooling fan and all that stuff, that comes off right away. Doesn't come back on. So if you're worried about putting this directly back onto the motor, you don't really have to worry. All of the traces are covered and everything. It shouldn't really be an issue. If you are super worried, you can grab some tape, preferably like electrical tape, or if you have it, Captain tape, because this is Cap 10 tape. I don't mean to say like Captain tape, like, you know, Sergeant Captain tape, Lieutenant the Third. Don't laugh. So just to show what that would be like, you just take some tape and put it just directly over this board, and a couple layers if you want. Just make sure you don't tape over the screw holes because you're going to need to put screws back through that to mount the board on. So I'm just going to do 2 little diagonal strips here, and that's going to give it just a little bit of distance from the board. It's also going to protect the board just in case for some reason it does vibrate through. I don't want to be the person who says that it's going to be okay when it's not. So, you know, tape it just to be sure, but it once you've taped it, it should be fine. It's going to be secured back on there. So take care. Those of you that are leaving and needing to go. And yeah, thank you, Barry, for putting the spelling of the tape there for me. Super appreciated. So now we have this board in front of us here. This is not incredibly confusing, but this is where we're going to be plugging this in at. And I need to look at my little cheat sheet because I forgot which way they went. It was ground and black on the left, right? Okay. So let me get these plugged in and I'll show you where they go. A little too close to my hot end power thing here. So I'm a little bit of a struggle getting it in normally. Okay, got it. And then white was on the right hand side. Yep. Okay. So, oh goodness, I did not type. Okay. Stop going to sleep, Mr. Camera. All right. So on the board, this is normally in this orientation flipped up when you take it off. So when you bring it down at the bottom of the board next to the heater wires, it's already got the spots for the ABL sensor to get plugged into. So you're going to make sure the white and the yellow are on the outside of the connector. And that's how you're going to be wiring this part. And then we're going to hide the wires a little bit better here in a moment. I'm trying to adjust this thing. This tripod has 2 settings. It'll either flop straight down or it will like not be adjustable in like the least bit. So that should be a decent camera angle here. I'm going to start by we'll install the fan shroud first. like the actual ducting for the fan shroud, I'll say. I need a 2mm, 2.5, a 2. Nope, it's 2.5. So we need a 2.5 to remove the stock screws on the fan. Again, we're just going to let this fan kind of dangle. Make sure you don't lose the grill. Kind of still useful to have around. We need 25mm screws yet again. So M3 by 25. Pretty certain. So we need the grill, we need the fan, and yet again, the direction of the fan, it blows not towards the exposed side, but it blows towards the motor mount side. So this motor mount you should never see when it's on the hot end. This should be facing the hot end, and all you should see is the fan blades here. So sorry to go off topic. What is the absolute way to prevent error 7? You're going to want to replace the thermistor, and you're probably going to want to double check your heater wires. Basically, order the accessory kit and just replace the hot end with one of their pre-built hot ends. That's like going to be one of the best ways to do it. And if you want to get a little bit more in depth of what's going on, you can flash my firmware, and it'll tell you like which its specific thing is going on, rather than having to Google what the error codes are. But I think error code 7 was like hot end min temp or max temp, so it's something to do with the thermistor most likely. So we're going to put our screws through the corners the same way that the stock one came off. We're going to grab the fan. I think the way that I had mine was it came out the bottom. Okay. So this goes here between the fan and the hot end. So it helps prevent a little bit of the fan buffering, so it will not be as well. It's a little bit quieter, but most importantly is it's a little bit more efficient, so it's not as like aggressive, I should say. I'm actually going to mount this board up really quick because I kind of forgot it's in the way until we do. The cables aren't quite long enough to reach around for everything. Hello, Memphis.
Oh, hi.
My upstairs kitty's back again.
Hi.
I don't know where the screw that I dropped to take that off was. Maybe it was these. Okay.
Is she yelling at you?
She's yelling at somebody. She's yelling at you, I think.
No, she was over there next to you.
Is she in front of me?
No, she's over there. She was next to the table.
Oh. Yeah, because she came over to yell at me. Perfect. Oh, it was the other cat that fell off the table, for sure. Don't you worry about that. What did I do differently? I'm so confused right now. That's off. Oh, right. I'm sorry. So what we're going to be doing is we need to change the screws around on the motor. Sorry, that was the important thing to remember. I need to grab a Phillips, but this might work. So we'll try this for really quick, this flathead. So we're going to take out the motor screws from the back with a Phillips apparently, because this flathead's not going to work.
Your green screw. Oh. That's a really good one. This guy? Yes. You're welcome.
Okay, dokie. So yeah, grab a proper Phillips. Take these screws out of the back of the motor. Yeah, I don't get cats. They're somehow simultaneously like the most agile and crazy, super like animals, and then the next time they're the derpiest derps that have ever derped. So what we're doing is we're taking the motor screws and we're switching them around. I don't remember doing this on my last one, so maybe they made a change at some point. But yeah, all we're doing is we're switching the motor screws from the bottom to the top and then the top to the bottom. That way the screw holes line up on the plate here. Make sure you seat these screws all the way. You do not want your motor coming apart mid-print. And I don't recommend taking out both screws at the same time. Take out one, move it, and then take out the other and move it. Plate screws. Oops, super long ones. The accessory kit is on Amazon. It comes with like, I think 2 complete hot end replacements with heaters and thermistors and everything pre-assembled. And it comes with rollers. It comes with spare ribbon cables. Comes with a flathead screwdriver for disconnecting the heater wires from the board that I just removed. I think it comes with like, I don't remember. It comes with a couple of extra things, but it's on Amazon. If you search FOKOOS accessory kit, you'll see it. All right, that's nice and installed. Make sure your ABL wires aren't loose, fully seated, et cetera, et cetera. This is super long. I'll show you how to deal with our super long wires here in a minute. Need to get our hot end fans installed. It's gonna be this guy, now that our wires can reach. This way? No, this way. Just like pre-installing these screws for the fan so I don't have to do this completely blind. And I dropped one anyway. Okay, there we go. Okie goes over there. This comes up here. And this whole guy is screwed in on this. Oops, don't scratch your printer doing this process. Especially when it's not your printer anymore. Somebody's going to win. Yeah, so the screws that change, the screws for the back motor plate don't change. Those are going to be the stock screws, the long ones that went through the motor originally with the plate. These screws, I forgot to mention what size those were. I think those were 25? Yeah, 25 millimeter for the actual ducting install. So now this is where we're in like what I consider service position. Maybe, I don't know if that's like appropriate, but we're gonna zoom in a little bit more here. Whoa, hello. So this is like service position. This is like where you have access to all your wires and all of your like connectors and stuff. And that's of course before the shroud goes on, which covers all of that up and makes it super pretty. Let's see, just get everything else together here. Make sure I have all the screws I'm going to need. Hello, Andrew. I hope you brought some like delicious treats from Belgium. You guys have like some of the best like not candies, but like treats, I should say.
I know a lot of people have left, but if you're just joining in, make sure you stick around. We are giving away 2 printers. To people that have stuck around, we really appreciate you hanging in there.
That's the noise cancellation side of the mic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So they heard nothing.
They heard some. They heard you sneeze over there earlier, so. All right. Let's get. I guess I'm trying to think of what our next step is. We'll go ahead and coil up some wires so we can get these nice and hidden and prettied up. So we're gonna go ahead and take like a either a screwdriver or your hex tool, and you can just gently wrap these wires around it. Oh, you can hear it? Dope. All right, glad. Yeah, I wanted to make sure because this is it's set up for pretty aggressive noise cancellation. So, and I'll show you what I'm doing after I'm like done here, so you can have an idea of how to make all of your wires pretty. So you're basically like candy caning these wires. Candy caning. Don't pull too tight because you're not trying to like rip the wires, but this will make it so they're a little bit more coiled up and kind of fit in this little cubby hole a little bit better without having to do any trimming or any of that nonsense. We can mount the part cooling fan too. We'll do that underneath the ABL wiring. We need our 2 long stock screws. Reuses the stock screws. And yeah, servo wires for here. Yeah, I mean, that's where I learned it when I was like 5 years old, trying to make my RC car look cool. So this is actually something to note. My shroud has 2 versions, one with fan tabs and one without fan tabs. And I forgot the newer printers, I think, ship without the fan tabs. So I'm just going to kind of get in here and clip these off of the shroud. Get that away really quick. That one's hard to get to, geez. All right, these screws up. Yeah, sorry, I'll bring it back, but just trying to get this all situated here. So then put these screws through. Try to find it blind because that's the cool guy thing to do. I did find it. Look at me go. I don't want to talk about it. It's not. I started a half an hour late. It's only been 2 hours.
Oh my god, you know the Facebook thing that stream says we've been going for like 5 hours?
Yeah, I don't. It's like we started it and it was like 3 hours up on that. I have no idea what was up with that, but you keep it up. I'll make it an all-night stream. Change the video to, or the video title from whatever it is. I forget what it is, to just like cough syruping with Mike.
We need to have another giveaway. Have people guess how long the stream's gonna take.
Wow. Post that in the chat.
There's 3 chats. I can't.
It'll come up on YouTube or Facebook. It'll come up. At least for me. I think more people are chatting from YouTube, it looks like, though. 33 hours. Yeah, exactly. See? This guy gets it. Plug our runout sensor back in while we're here. All right, so everybody see where we're at? We have our fans plugged in. Their wires get all neatly tucked together down here. All pretty like. Try to get them down into that corner as much as you can because then it's going to be hidden a little bit better. before you do anything with your ABL wiring, let me get this a little bit straightened out. All right, that should be good. We need to like assemble the ABL system here. So we're going to take the ABL and the ABL bracket. Stop throwing it because it's like a wedge shape, and that's like the dumbest thing I've ever done. So it's going to say BL Touch. You take your probe with the wire side connections in the back. You slip around the little neck here of the probe. And then you're going to take M3 by 6 millimeter bolts, screws. And then just drop, oh goodness, drop these through the probe here and screw them in from up top. And I'll get this overview here in a second once I get these threaded in. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Make sure if you're heading out, if you want to participate in the giveaway, please do put the weight down. We are going to write you down and enter you into it anyway.
I'm not going to punish you all, make you stay here for the whole stream. Absolutely. Just put your weight down and we'll get it. I will live stream the entire print while it's going for the printer. So if you want to check in on it, like when you like wake up and got a poop or something, that's fine. It'll be here for you. So your assembly, it's going to look like this when it's done. Goodness, I cannot hold this thing by this little side. Okay, so the little tab, I give up. The little tab goes to the right, and it's curved on the left. So the BL Touch logo will be facing up. I hate you, Jeff. Next step is going to be to plug in the touch probe. The link in the video stream, I believe it should be taking you to the Odin site. Is that still up right now?
It should be still up there. Let me make sure that the link is still working.
I can full screen it really quick just to see. Can I copy from that? Like I can't click it.
No, you cannot. You do have to type it and paste it.
I believe it's still here, and I'll copy and paste it back into the chat.
The link is taking you to the returned Odin 5 F3s.
Yeah, so this link, if you use the code KiNG, you'll be able to buy a returned Odin, well, more than just one, as many as you want, for $89 shipped in the United States. This is completely separate from my stream, and again, this coupon will not be given out other than verbally in this stream. You'll have until October 15th. So if you order one or two and you like it and it turned out great, you'll have time to order some more, hopefully. It doesn't take too long to get. I think mine took about a week to come in, so not too bad on turnaround. Let's get the rest of this touch probe installed. We're going to grab two more M3. Someone said that link isn't working. Okay, well, I will give you the big, dirty, ugly link.
No, it's working.
They said it is or it isn't? It works though. Okay. Well, just in case, we'll go ahead and drop this here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Go back up here and I'll retag that one.
I'll copy it in Facebook for everybody.
Sorry, 1 minute here.
Why did you re-show that? Show the other one with the code so they can find it.
I am, relax. Oof. Okay, back to it then. So we're going to grab two M3 by 6. We're going to grab our touch probe. Sneakily feed the wires down the back here. I went the wrong way with that, but we can bend them down the other way. So these screws go in from the back side of the shroud. The 2 screws here that the countersunk on the inside. So I'm just going to throw these guys through. Whoa, okay. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera right now. This is just like little parts and screws, kind of annoying to hold and film at the same time. So just bear with me 1 second and I'll show you more of what's going on here. So I'm going to try to flip it this way. So we're just screwing the screws into the ABL mount. Well, we're trying to anyway. There we go. Okay, so we got those 2 screws in. Now what we need to do is we need to tuck our ABL wire in here, as well as feed the shroud over top of the plugs and all of the blah blahs that are in there. This should kind of hold itself there. We need the factory M3 by 3 millimeter here. That's going to go in the top and hold this down. Get this guy turned a little bit so I can give you a better view. So here's the side. Let me see if I can tuck this ribbon cable in on itself or something. Okay, that'll work. So hold the shroud in place while you tighten the screw. So it gets nice and lined up where it needs to be. Then you're going to grab M3 by 8 millimeter screws. This is an optional step, but highly recommended. And what we're installing here is the cable strain relief for the ribbon cable. Orientation for this, it has like a little nub on the top. That's going to be the top, like I just said. There's a K on it just to give you an idea of like which way it goes, and because it's my brand, so. Get this installed here. Go to the bottom screw. Sorry, the ribbon cable kind of popped out like I thought it was going to. So just try to get it all lined up as straight as you can. Pull in the shroud, make sure it's all nice and tucked in. Everything should be pulled like back towards the gantry. It shouldn't be aligned towards the front. Make sure it's all tucked back. Tighten your side screws. You need to grab 2 more M3 by 6 screws. Plug in your ribbon cable first. No, it was just dirt. Okay. I'm very concerned there for a second. People have put this on wrong many, many times. This is the other side of the cable clamp. It's got an arc on the back, and on the side that the cable gets, it's the flat side, smooth side. So you're not harming your cable with this rough side. The rough side, that arch is to prevent this from bending as much when it's clamping the cable. So that way it's clamping more evenly across the entire surface. So just got to get this guy started there. Move to the lower clamp. Can I get some feedback? How do you guys feel about the marble and copper here? I think it's very majestic, given it's like a Greek god name, you know? Wait, is it Greek god? Right? Odin, Thor, all those people. I forget. I'm so bad at history and gods and mythologies. Anyways, look, it goes back to like Roman time things. Okay, I think it looks good. The metal and the marble. You know. Okay. So that's it. Actually, we're done installing the shroud, the ABL. That's all done. I'm going to grab the thingy once I remember what it's called, spool holder. Get the spool holder reattached so we can get a print going on this guy. Well, we gotta flash the firmware and then we'll get a print going. Give me 1 second. I'll change the camera angle. I'm just struggling with the T-dot. Coat me, please.
Okay.
I need some bubbles in the throat to loosen it up. I'm getting that sick buildup. Much better than just yellow, but I do have another one that I'm going to be building for a friend that's going to be yellow and black. So it's not all yellow at least, but I don't know. I think all of one color is always not great. Oh yes, I forgot we had that. I knew that sound. I just heard the sound of scrubbing bubbles being opened, but not the kind that kills you if you drink it, the kind that's called Sprite. And I'm very sick, sirs. I'd like to have some relief.
Is it good?
Yes. Thank you very much. All right. Spool holder is attached. You get this camera angle changed for you guys. Speaking of resin, I forgot to touch base with this when Laura was, when Dora was in here. Hold on a second here. Go back to the front camera, the wide front. On this wall of FOKOOS, we have resin products. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but FOKOOS actually does sell resin. They sell a gray. They sell a wax red, which looks like a red crayon more than like a red. It's like a wax statue red. They also sell a black. I believe the 500 milliliters are out. They have the 1000 and the 2000 kits. But just a example of the resin here. This was printed on a Mono X 4K, not the new one, but good detail for somebody who doesn't know how to resin print. At least this is literally just like me guessing like options and hitting like print, and this is apparently very forgiving resin. So if you don't want to do it in clear and you want to do it in gray or black or red, that would be a great suggestion to pick up the FOKOOS stuff for a shot. I've also tried dyeing the gray, and it works very well. So you can pick up like the color dyes and hit it, and it'll give you a little bit different of a base than using the white to start with, or the clear. Okay, back to this really quick. Oh no, I hit the open media button. Gross, get out of here. Windows things. How dare you? Okay. Perfect. So the only thing that we need to do is get this out of here. We're going to be installing my fantastic extended spool holder, which just screws together. It's got a 3D printed nut and a 3D printed spool holder here. I do recommend scaling the nut up maybe 2 to 5%. It is quite difficult to put on sometimes, depending on your settings. And this was not on a calibrated printer that I put it on, so it's a little tough. Let me get a tool really quick. All right, perfect. Yeah, I saw the Saturn. It looks really, really nice. I don't know if I'm going to pick one up or not. I'm not super big into resin printing. It's a little bit out of my scope of patience, I think is the word for it. So yeah, that's it. That's all the parts. That's my upper parts, my lower parts, my private parts. That'll be shared soon enough. I think all these parts are actually shared. I don't think that any of these are like hidden or not released or anything. I'm pretty sure all of this stuff is already up on Thingiverse. I am, however, going to really quick put the feet back on just because I feel weird running it without a bottom. It just makes me feel dirty. We'll check our ABL plugs here, make sure that those are nice and tight still before I patch this all back together. I'm just going to put the feet on. I'm not going to put the like the whole assembly on. Or the other two screws, I should say. How many people do we still have here? Who's still active? Who's active in chat? Who's alive in chat, not active in chat? Oh snap! All right, so we got like a couple people here, and by a couple I mean like enough. Who here has a resin printer? Let's hear, like, give me, type like one, like hit number 1 for a resin printer if you have it. All right, give me one moment. I'm going to go slice the file to print. Or I got to go get the firmware. Well, it's already got my firmware, but I'll show you how to flash it really quick. Super simple. It's the same process if you're coming from the stock firmware anyway. So yeah, let's. If there's anybody else who has a resin printer, hit 1 in chat. I'm hoping for at least like 4 or 5 people to have a resin printer. That'd be fantastic. Give me 1 second.
standing in while waiting for Mike. Just so you guys know, if you do have to leave, you're more than welcome to put in your guess for the weight of the printed item if you need to head out, and we will add you into the giveaway regardless. I will let you know that if you're outside of the US, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to ship to you. But yeah, if you have to go, that's totally fine. We'll make sure we can get you guys in for the giveaway. Need some more of that elevator music while we wait for Mike. While we're waiting, how's everyone's night going? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Is Mike being helpful to you guys? At this current moment, we will probably message you guys wherever you comment. So if you're commenting on YouTube, we'll contact you through YouTube.
It's time for you to flash some firmware.
Wow.
Okay, let's see if she remembers how to flash the firmware.
Pretty sure I don't, but it's okay. We'll figure this out together.
And there you have it, folks. She's flashing the firmware. You copy over the file, the .bin file. That's going to be posted as a link. You copy it just straight to an SD card as long as it's formatted in regular FAT16, not FAT32. Sometimes it works with FAT32. I don't know why, but sometimes it doesn't. I also don't know why. But it will be. It's very straightforward. It's literally copy one file to the SD card, let it restart, pull out the SD card, restart it again, and now you have firmware. It's very, very simple. So we're going to show two features first. First of which, I need to lower the Z in stop because we're no longer using this, but I don't want to remove it yet. So we're going to lower the guy on the right side of the machine. We're going to tighten all of the bed springs. This is going to get us the maximum amount of print area as possible in terms of vertical height. And we're not going to leave it this way. I still want to level the bed. I don't want it to be, 2 millimeters higher on the left while I'm printing. It's just start from having them all tight and then back them off, say, like 1.5 or 2 full rotations. That way it still has some give. But it just gives you a little bit more of a good baseline. A little bit more room to work with. Hand cam?
So if you're new here, the giveaway, we're going to be printing a small benchy. It will be about a 30-minute benchy.
29 minutes exactly, according to Kira.
Okay, 29 minutes. You have to guess the weight. You can't go over. The closest to will win, and we are giving away 2 printers.
Yes, we are.
So
2 entire printers.
they're going to be, this is one of them.
So yeah, FAT16 isn't an option unless you partition the drive to be 4 gigabytes or smaller. Any drive larger than 4 gigabytes can't be formatted in FAT16. So yeah, give it a shot with FAT32. Just make sure it's not NTFS. So yeah, Price is Right rules. Closest without going over wins. I guess nobody's guessed a gram yet. So if you want to be that guy who's like $1, you can be that guy. Can you switch the camera really quick to the hand camera? Okay. Is this the appropriate hand cam?
As far as I'm aware of, there's no real way to tell who's invited who. So.
No. So
comment on that?
Huh?
Do you have any comment on that?
The part.
The giveaway changing?
The giveaway should have not changed. I don't think she had posted it saying that it was invite based. I can double check on that, but pretty much every stream I've done has been guessing the print weight. Because I announced earlier the print time is going to be anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes for sure.
But it is a benchy to confirm, and it is under 30 minutes. Should be 29 minutes according to the Kira slice. I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of the ABL side of things on this. Maybe I'll slide it forward so I can do this. So we're going to go in here. We're going to click on our settings, motion, bed leveling, and then we're going to do bed trimming.
And yeah, you guys can start guessing. We haven't had any hold time the entire live stream, so if you have to go and you need to guess now, that's perfectly fine. If you want to guess now just because, that's fine. And if you want to wait until it's done printing so you can see it, that's fine as well.
You might have an accurate idea, more accurate of an idea. So it's going to go around. We're going to do the bed tramming. It's going to use the probe to make us tram instead of using some like nonsense method here. But it's going to go around, find out which corner is too high, which one's too low. So this is saying adjust until the adjust bed until the probe triggers. So it's too low, so we're raising it. I was going to test that again. Corners within tolerance. Okay, so apparently my adjustments were very, very close. We can run that again if we want to, just to verify. I'm not going to waste everybody's time with running that through again. But after it does that, I believe it's going to try to build a mesh. This is just by default, and it's enabled. For some reason, not everybody wants to run G28 before each print. And I'm not hating, I'm just saying. So this is just for those people who want to have their mesh built already. I do recommend doing this while the bed's heated. Same with the tramming, but again, we're just doing this for time's sake. Speaking of which, I can go ahead and start preheating. That way we don't have to wait forever. Menu is unchanged from when the initial firmware was released. I think my first firmware was running the old UI. My next one that I had after that wasn't. So if you're familiar with regular Marlin, it's the exact same stuff. So you have your all of your regular menus. So just let this finish probing. Okay, so now we're going to preheat. Let's pick a color. Let's go on a trip. Let's go to my unfinished filament wrap. These are fine. PLA. That's PLA. That's PETG. That's all PETG. TPU we can't do. Basically anything down here, I think. Something clear? You want clear? I mean, I just have straight up clear. You can do that. Hold on. I should have one that's already most of the way used. So I don't have clear red. I have I think the only things that I have that are somewhat transparent. I have fluorescent orange, fluorescent yellow, and I think fluorescent green are my transparent colors. I don't think I have any anything super, super pretty. We have two for blue though. So what if aqua and blue. So what if we met in the middle and used this coral blue, I think is roughly what it is. I forget what it's called.
Oh, that's great.
You guys want to do that color? Is that pretty enough? Is that close? That fits the blue green-ish spectrum. It's not like green, but you know. Okay, we're gonna use that one. I don't know, clear's not very exciting, you know? Let me get the camera switch back over to the front view too. Okie dokie. So I'm going to go ahead and use the unload command, change filament, unload filament. Just pull up on this. Don't like rip up, but apply tension, and it's going to poop it out. Oh yeah, so I forgot. Anybody who's still in here that's a resin printer, I think we had like 1, 2, or 3. How many people are resin printers? Give me a final count.
3 or 4.
Oh wow, are you really gonna 1 gram? All right, you know what? You did it to yourself. And yeah, I could have used the filament loading, but I'm lazy and I just pushed the button. Sorry. Sue me. All right. The other fantastic thing that I've added in this version of the firmware is when you insert the SD card, it automatically pops up with your SD card to print. It doesn't just start printing, but it gives you the opportunity to check. So Chibi Josh, Black Lion Engravings both have a resin printer. Is there anybody else who have not an engraver, a resin printer? You're trying to tie up with DB3E? Okay, so that's whoever just typed from Facebook user. I can't see your name. Sorry, I'll have to get a check on that.
Let's see.
From the temp?
The
Yeah.
one that says I print in resin.
Yes.
Pearl, Ashley.
Gotcha. So we have 3 people who print resin. Are you guys all in the U.S.? Black Lion, GB, and the iPrint and resin user? And yes, Aquanet. For champions. For champions who are too lazy to make sure things set properly. Oh yeah, before we start printing, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to set the Z offset, which is very, very easy to do. Basically, we want to... okay, so first of all, baby stepping. You're going to tap on the little gear and wrench icon and then immediately hit info screen, and it's going to bring up a probe offset. Positive makes it go higher, negative makes it go lower. So I'm going to go ahead and raise that up a little bit. Motion, I'm going to home, auto home the whole machine. Okay, so the 3 of you, are in the US. Okay. If you guys can guess the weight of this bottle, I will make sure Dora sends one of you a 1,000 grams, so the larger bottle, of resin. This has not been approved, but I'll make sure it happens. Asterisk, if not approved, I will buy you the bottle. I don't know what to say, but Dora's a very giving person. She's very happy to help and give back to the community. So anybody who has the resin printer, or I mean anybody who wants to guess, really, but like if you don't want resin because you don't have a resin printer, just don't guess. But guess the weight of this entire bottle. And before I say that, let me make sure my scale goes up to 7. Where on earth did the scale go again? Always losing it.
Over here, probably.
Okay. So let me set this offset really quick. So we're homes. We're going to go to motion, move axis, move Z, and move it all the way down. And then hit OK. Go back, go back, go back, go back. And then you're going to clear off the filament that you left on the nozzle like a dummy. So you can't see what the nozzle's height is on the bed without that not being there. And then you're going to go back into the baby stepping menu, and you're going to baby step it down until the nozzle just touches the bed. You don't want it that paper distance away. You want it a little bit closer than that. So you want it to be literally just touching the bed. This, unfortunately, is slightly different for everybody, so the value pre-loaded into the firmware is not guaranteed to work, even if you're following my mods. I ended up at negative 2.875. I'm going to go to configuration, down to the bottom here, hit the next page, store settings like 3 times because I don't trust it. I'm that guy who would save on my compilations like 15 times. And if I don't have a scale that can weigh this right now, I do think I have like a kitchen scale somewhere. I'm just gonna have to find it. But but yeah, wow. And we're gonna go by. You can guess in ounces or grams. How full is it? I would say maybe a third. I would say a third, and we're going by bottle weight. So this whole thing, not by like how much is left, but like, you know, however much this whole thing weighs. So. I have no idea. I literally don't know. So we'll figure out what we can there. We just had like a bandwidth aneurysm. All right. So now that we're done with that, we'll go over here. We'll hit print, insert the SD card. It's going to automatically bring up the menu. We'll hit Benchy and we'll hit print. This is Are you writing down the resin?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. This is why I need an assistant, by the way. She makes sure that the winner actually wins. I just like mail something out and then somebody PMs me like, hey, didn't I win that? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I just send another one out.
Don't say that.
Look, this is why I have an assistant now. We can't do that no more, right? Let's get a close up of the printer now. Nobody cares what I look like anymore. We're excited. Hold on. This is somebody's printer right here getting ready to do a print. I just want to remind you guys, this is like officially not my printer anymore. It's somebody out there. Somebody who's already put in a guess owns this printer. It's just, you know, I haven't shipped it yet. I'm sorry for being so lazy. I've had like an hour to ship this thing and I still haven't. And you guys are ruthless. Jeez, you guys would be perfect for The Price is Right, like for real. Excellent. So yeah, we're off to the races here. We get a little bit more zoomed in, I think.
So far we have 33 entries for.
Nice. Both Step, just send me a PM. We'll go ahead and get you situated on your S8. I'm going to go ahead and open this up to general questions and answers. If you guys want to ask any questions about the Odin returns, if you want to ask anything about the Odin Smart, the FE20 laser, I don't really know too much about. I think stock availability on the laser is a little bit limited. So I might hold off on the unboxing and the use video for that until we actually get a little bit more availability on that. The resin, again, if you have any questions about pricing, availability, colors, et cetera on that, please feel free to ask, send a message or ask in, wherever. I'll try to do my best to answer those questions. And yeah, no problem. I have profiles on the FOKOOS site already for the FOKOOS Odin. For TPU, PLA, PETG, and I have 2 TPU profiles, one for being like very, very flexible and one very, very tough. So you'll have 2 different settings to play with. FOKOOS has a laser. It's the FE20. Oh wait, I'm not on that camera anymore right now. Hold on. Look at this thing I'm trying to show you guys. What do you mean you can't see beyond my cameras? Okay. So actually, wait. I can do this. Check this out. We're gonna get fancy. Where's it at? I don't remember where it's at in the background. There it is. Found it. Okay. So we have this guy right here. This is the FOKOOS FE20 laser engraving machine. It has a 5-watt laser, if I'm not mistaken. It's an open gantry design. I believe it's able to engrave just about most solid objects. It can do like most mild metals, woods, cut through cardboard, if I'm not mistaken. It can cut through like papers and stuff. Definitely looking forward to doing some stuff with that for sure. I really haven't yet, and I've been meaning to because it's definitely like a critical thing I want to play with. I have uses for it. Let's get the switch back here. Back to the action. And yeah, I definitely prefer the old traditional Marlin UI. It's not that I hate the FOKOOS, it's just the MKS UI it's based on is just a little bit limiting on what you can run, unfortunately. But yeah, Leonard, that's what I mean. Sorry. So the main display becomes the traditional Marlin. So you gain your config, your advanced config, all of your like your ability to change like linear advanced settings and like all of those things directly from the LCD. I eyeballed these settings and I shouldn't have. I'm gonna lower the temp down a little bit, kind of like 202. 210 is a little bit high for this PLA apparently. No, you can change your weight. I would say you need to get your weight in within the next 12 minutes by the hour. If you don't have your weights in by the hour, that's when it's going to be closed off. Because that's going to be close enough to the time of the bench's end that I'm going to just call it. So, yeah, you can change. That's your benefit of sticking around this late in the stream, I guess. That's your reward. Change it all you want. You can ruin your chances. That's fine. I mean, I didn't say that. I don't think the fact that I only used like 2 walls in this benchy, the speed is not, it's not going so well. Okay, so you're not guessing the weight of a benchy, you're guessing the weight of this pile of plastic, whatever it turns out to be. Can you share the Cura settings for this current print? Sort of. I don't want to give too much away. We'll say it's 0.25 layer height with 2 walls, and I'm not going to say what percentage infill, but it is gyroid. So if you can estimate based on what's on the screen, then you're right there. All right, so be honest. How many people have picked up a used Odin so far?
I think it goes.
So, no, I didn't fall asleep. I'm just trying to get you all some tunes. Jeez.
Let me know if that's too loud so I can turn it up more. Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I wasn't trying to share too many settings. Everybody's like, okay, import the benching into Cura. He said this many walls, this much infill, this kind of infill, this layer height. He's using like Geeetech PLA. So let me like cut like an inch of that, see what the weight of that edges out. Like, yeah, not fam, sorry. I'm like 90% sure the music's louder than I am at this point too, by the way. I'll dial it back a little bit.
Oh, they can't hear you.
Can you guys really not hear that? Oh, well.
Just boring old me. Silicone sock a must. Mine ripped. It's not necessarily like needed. It just really helps.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're in the final minute here, so if you got a second guess, now's the chance to do it. Otherwise, you're getting cut off. You know, I hope this boat turns out to be 0.9 grams, just to spite like 6 of you. Like everybody loses, but just to spite you guys. And percentage-wise, how done are we? Yeah, about halfway. Jeez. Okay, you know what? Yeah, Dan thought he was going to bed too, but then the action started. I'm really baffled why you guys can't hear the music though. That's like truly weird for me. So just to confirm, nobody can hear music still, right? Jeez, this is like weird. Like the stupid. Oh, okay. I think I have to like restart the scene or something because I think I added it afterwards, and it's like really dumb. So yeah, whatever. We'll have music next time. Thank you. All right, who wants me to jack up the print speed? I do. Thank you. Yay, my vote mattered. We're gonna do 150 print speed. Raise that temp back up a bit here. I'm just gonna put it at 200 and max out the Excel. Yeah, I would definitely purchase a return for your students. Have the new one if you're new to 3D printing because it's kind of like a tough place to start out is diagnosing rather than like building and printing. Yeah, so you'll have yours, you'll kind of know, but I would definitely have your class like tinker on it with your supervision and kind of like teach them how to work on it. That's going to be one of the most important steps of like the STEM aspect of these things is knowing how they work, how like the electronics works, mechanically, how it works, like that kind of stuff, for sure. Pros and cons of the printer in the stock format compared to something like in its price class or just like in general. I like you want how specific do you want me to be on that? In general. So Dual Z is a huge plus for me, regardless of the printer size. Like I just like it's so cheap to have, you may as well. I would say that having a direct drive Volcano Odin is a massive improvement over most printers in this price range.
The silent 32-bit board is very, very nice to have. A lot of printers still come with 8-bit boards, even if they are silent. I do like the ribbon cables more than just having like a giant honking cable. It does have some limitations, but you can always get rid of the whole ribbon cable and go back to a standard setup if you want. It's fairly moddable, aside from maybe needing to make like an LCD and board adapter if you ever wanted to change it out. But it's not awful to work on for sure. Realistically, yeah, it's a very capable printer outside of the box. The only thing that I really do is put my shroud on it just so it has a little bit better cooling and a spot for the BL Touch. But my firmware basically is just so you can have a little bit more at your fingertips adjustability without having to go to the pronter face or anything like that to try to make any changes and hope that the MKS stuff supports it. Would FOKOOS try to send a working return printer? Yeah, I have a brand new working return printer. Like literally, like never had the zip ties cut off of it, never had the bed taken off. Like it's literally somebody took it, returned it to Amazon. They put a new shipping label on it, and they ship it directly to you. It could be a brand new FOKOOS Odin, or it could be a box of rocks. But obviously if it's a box of rocks, like message them and like they'll probably try to help you out. But yeah, basically it's just you don't have a warranty. You don't have like any direct FOKOOS support. Obviously, if you come to the group and you're like, hey, my like returned Odin is having an issue, can you please help me? And we'll still help you. Like the community's still there to help you out. It's not like you're like, we're gonna be like, oh, it's returned. Nah, get out of the group of 5,000 people. We don't want to help you. Like it's perfectly fine. You're gonna get help. We can point you in the direction of replacement parts. Generally, like since the machine's folding, it's really, really difficult for these to get really jacked up in shipping because like, you return an Ender or something like that, you're throwing like a box of parts back into the box and calling it good. This, you're folding it and shoving it back in the box. It's like still mostly assembled. So it's really difficult to have something come really broken on these printers. Yeah, $89. I mean, like, it's like like I said, buy 2 of them, and you'll probably have enough spare parts between the 2 of them that are included to get them both working. Because generally, the problems they're going to find are going to be like the PTFE tube isn't sealed, so it's like oozing filament everywhere, or it's clogged or something like that, or it's like the rollers are messed up, and it's like, okay, well, both of those things are like $6, and that's like it. Does it come with a power cord shown in the picture? That I'm not sure. Some of them have come with complete tool sets and like spare nozzles and like the works, and other ones have come with like nothing. So it's kind of a crapshoot on that as well. But these are standard power cables. You can buy them on Amazon for very, very cheap. They're just regular, like I forget what they're called, but they're the same power cables that computers take. So they're like all over the place, like to buy. Everybody's saying bless you again.
Thanks, guys.
So much for corduroy mics having like great noise cancellation behind them, but damn vet bills. No, I mean like my cats just get the best, dude. My cats drink like nothing but Aquafina or like Evian, whatever's like not on sale. I buy it because it's more expensive. It's a weird flex, but my cats get ice water, you know? We're coming around the mountain when we come here. Oh, can I? Actually, can I? Hold on. I gotta take off this extension arm thingy real quick. Wow. Effective. Oh, it's already done bridged. Sorry. You know, she sneezes, and 95 people say bless you. I like start coughing, my lung falls out. I like fall on the ground, and not a single person is like, "Is he okay?" And yeah, 114 checking in. Don't worry, if I die, Amanda's still gonna wait. You'll get your printers. Yeah, basically. What does that mean that you win? Does that mean that like if you call me dying on stream, you win all my printers? Like, so if I die, you just get my fleet, I guess. Noted. And suck it up. I'm a millennial. All I do is cry. Sunlu needs me to... Man, I don't know if you know this or not, but I have a lot more focus than I do Sunlu these days. Sound is off. Interesting. Desync? Or is it like sound weird?
doesn't look too bad for a speed run. It's still going to be like a 40-minute benchy though. I forgot to just like up the run or up the rate off break. Yeah, it's PLA. Somebody had asked something. Functional home prints or something? Household prints. Definitely just like random stuff for the garage. It's just like printing stuff to hang stuff somewhere, printing stuff to like fix random stuff, like that kind of stuff. It's like you just find a use for it and you just get better at CAD because you need to. And dope, John. I'm glad it showed up. And yeah, FOKOOS is some very smooth filament to print with for sure. Definitely make sure you post up some pictures for sure. You should cut the top of the pen. Just like, all right, where was the 30-minute mark? It was like layer line 1,485. There she is. Oh, wrong way. All of her glory. Yeah, Cura lied. I have no idea how the heck, like, what's their acceleration values expected to be in Cura? Like 10,000? Good lord. One second, just resuming. Okay. So, Howie, we have the benchy here. Swap this back over. We can get a 360 view of what's going on here. Oh, better yet, hold on a sec. I have the perfect tool for the job. Oh, yeah. All right, is everybody ready for weight here? Sir, I'm like refined here, okay? It's not a weed scale, it's a Coke scale, all right? I'm just kidding. And yeah, definitely printing slower would have given it a much better result on that overhang. Even the shroud can only do so much at like 100 millimeters per second slice speed. All right, so let's go to Skycam because that one. What's up? Do you use that hairspray on PEI bed too? Yeah, I use it on PEI beds, not specifically because it's like bad at the adherence. It's because like I want it to not permanently adhere to my PEI. So.
You tell him, Terry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm reading it with the eye now. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so we're good here.
Okay, let me take a look here. I'll find out who's
Is this scale calibrated to NIST standards? It's calibrated to like LMAO standards. Probably not. I don't know who gets screwed with that scale or not, but yeah, man, congrats. I'm glad you got a chance to pick up one of those used Odins. Like I said, I mean they're gonna be around for a little while. Who knows how long though? So don't hold off for too long. Let those normies get them and stuff, you know. Yes, correct. And yeah, this guy only goes up to 100 grams, so I'm going to have to go find the kitchen scale to weigh the resin. I'll post the winners on that tomorrow. Unfortunately, I just checked. The scale only goes up to 100 grams.
Our winners are...
Type it. Just paste it in the chat. You can go by the front camera. It's okay. Well, you just do it on my desktop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like there's like a whole thing there. It's
Is
fine.
it connect or is it just posting you when you do that? That's just posting it.
Do what? Hold on a second. We're gonna do the results.
This is just not good
Oh Lord, yeah, just do it on the laptop, goodness.
What?
Just do it on the laptop. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Is it 12.1?
Okay, so we got Gene and Jose. Congrats, guys. I'll try to get in touch with you. If you get in touch with me, that's great. If you can reach out, that'd be fantastic. You'll come say bye?
Yeah, we had a lot of people that were super close. A lot of people that guessed
Get over here.
12 and 11.
So the first time I was reading the weight, it was on the bed when it was still hot, and every time I dropped it, the weight was going down, and I put it down, and again, it was going down and down. So I cooled the scale back off, put it on this, and then it was getting a consistent 12.1 or 12.09. I got 12.09 like once or twice, but I got 12.1 like 5 or 6 times. So you're going with 12.1 for sure. But yeah, send me a PM for sure. Let me get this transitioned over so we can say goodbye. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who's come and stuck around. Appreciate anybody who's, stuck around for any period of time, regardless if you've been here all night or not. I don't really think anybody stuck around the entire time. I hope not. But yeah, I hope you guys pick yourself up a used Odin or a new one. I hope that the Odin Smart comes to Amazon really soon and we get some fun times with that guy as well. FOKOOS is actually going to be releasing a large format printer soon. Now that Dora is not here, I can say that out loud. So yeah, there's going to be a large format Odin coming soon for all of you that want something that's probably somewhere around 310 by 310 or 300 by 300. That should be on the way. I'm expecting roughly the same hardware, dual Z, MKS, blah, blah, blah. Just imagine the Odin, but probably bigger. There's also, hopefully, in the near future, going to be a resin printer. I think they're kind of checking to see how the resin sales are going before they start making a printer for it. But expect the large format printer. Expect my FE20 unboxing and using really soon. If you guys have any issues with your Odin returns, please post to the group. If you're part of my group, join the FOKOOS group. If you're on YouTube, please feel free to join the FOKOOS user group. It's a really good place for information, where to get parts and repairs, and many, many other things that are Odin related. But yeah, I'm all about larger printers. I have so many. I can't wait for them to come up with some new products. As you can see, I literally own everything that they have ever released. Every color of their filament, every color of their resin, all of their printers and products. So yeah, I'm a fan of FOKOOS for sure. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. I hope you guys have a great evening and morning, depending on where you are at in the country or world. Thanks again. I'm Mike King, and this is my co-host Amanda. And yeah, thanks again, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Have a good night.